Good afternoon, all of you, but would love to start our discussion with you, sir and ma'am. So the context of the discussion today is the fact that one of our research reports of TeamLease EdTech said that the IT industry is facing a lot of headwinds at this point in time. There is a growth challenge, there is a demand problem, and there is also a move towards digitalization, which is meaning that the advent of technologies like AI, technologies like Gen AI, all of these things are prompting customers to say that we don't need so many engineers to do our job. Maybe some of these things we can do ourselves. That's what the US customers are telling our Indian IT services companies. Because of which, we have seen that over the last 1 year, their intention to hire fresh talents from colleges is low now at this point. Just about 2 years back, sir, we have seen that our research report said that the Indian IT companies, they were hiring about 2.5 lakh freshers every year. This year, the number has reduced to 40,000, which is close to about 80% drop in freshers hiring. Now, in this has got to do with two sides of the businesses. One is there is a change in demand of freshers, the change in demand. And number two is that the skill sets which the employers are asking for are different today than they were a few years back. My first question to you, Professor Gudasi, is that in the new schema of things, how is your university looking at this challenge that is coming up where IT industries are not being able to hire all the engineers that your universities and other engineering colleges are actually preparing?
Hi, good morning. I would like to answer your question in two parts. First is Karnataka University will not handle any of these technical institutions. As you know, in Karnataka, all the engineering colleges have been pushed into one university, that is Vishweshwara Technical University. It means Karnataka University is not producing any IT professionals.
Agreed. But I would like to still know your opinion because you are an expert in this.
That would be my second part. As you said, the recruitment level has come down from 2.5 lakhs per annum to 40,000. It is really, really alarming. Okay, because for a country of 140 crores, it is really not a good sign. But at the same time, what I could see is, to start with, let me call it as a hype with respect to AI and general AI, thinking that these things or these technologies can do almost 60% of the work that has been done by the professionals. Is it really so? If so, then what about that 60% professionals? Whether we have to put them into some other sectors or we have to upgrade them. Two possibilities. One is the possibility of upgradation. Yes, definitely we can do that. But how long? That's one. Second part is, what about the freshness? So freshers, they will be more equipped with modern technology compared to some 10 years of engineers or 10 years old, let me call them as engineers. So under these circumstances, I don't think this AI will replace the human as long as the creativity and the research is there. So now the time has come to give more emphasis on the research rather than services. So if that is done, I think we can go multi-step ahead rather than giving just the services. What we could see now so far is we are providing the services. So we don't have of our own any of the products. Okay. Neither we are having Microsoft of ours, Android is not ours. Okay, none of these are ours. So completely it is a service industry. Now we may have to shift our attention to research. If that happens, then the same Indians with these technologies can do wonders.
So well said.
This is my opinion.
So well said, sir. I mean, two important things take away from what you said. One is that not enough focus on research in India is going to cause this problem. And I cannot agree more with you. I think this is very fantastically said. And this research can't be replaced by any AI technology. It has to be done by human beings. And India is moving away from the core research to services is leading to some of these challenges. I would completely agree with you. And I think this is mind-boggling, the stuff that you're saying at this point in time. At this time, I would like to switch my question to Dr. Kala. Ma'am, what I also have realized is over the last 10 years, because of the emergence of the Indian IT industry, or every engineer, be it civil, mechanical, electronic, everybody wants to become a software engineer. They have moved out from core engineering and everybody wants to become a software engineer. Now, with the software industry having a problem, do you think that engineers will go back to their core engineering and focus on the research that Professor Gudasi is talking about?
Yeah, yes, you are correctly said that the core engineers are going to software because of the making more money. Immediately, they want to make more money. The software companies are at that time need of more engineers. So they have to train in a particular aspect and to give a job to them. That is why they are going. But they are now switched over to their own core. It is not possible for them. The industry is developed more in that. They are not wait for a long-term achievement. Immediate, they want to achieve. That is only they are switched over to this particular area of software. Then even the agri staffs are also going to software industry, not only the core engineers. So it can be come back only by the researchers. They have to do more research in the mechanical and also in the civil. They have to, it is a need of the hour, the construction of a high cost. So it can be, if we want to cut down this, the research is going on in this area. Then also now the hybrid mode is coming, and also the more solar energy, everything is coming. So this for these purposes, the core engineers are need of the hour in our country, and also the more research in this angle also. Sir, our computer science madam is also here. He want to say something about this.
Please,
Very good morning, sir. As AI has started penetrating into the entire world, right, in all areas, I don't think like even if engineers come from various disciplines, it is not that they should come to computer, because everything is going to get automated by AI. And these engineers from various disciplines, they'll be having their domain knowledge, right? And only if the domain knowledge is there, integrating everything into an automated system using AI concept, it is going to come up with the full success, right? And so we welcome that engineers from various domains to getting into IT industry.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to come back and hold you again for another question on that particular space. In the meantime, I would like to ask my next question to Professor Aithal.
The investment as well as plan of IT education is not for today, it is for a future. So after 3 years, 4 years, once a student get graduated, what would be the scenario for employment and own job, own business opportunity? So this AI area is accelerated. It is increasing in an accelerated phase. And after 3 years, we are surely going to achieve artificial general intelligence, where all these software development will be automated. So where these students are going to get the job. So today there may be a demand for software developers and junior engineers or testers, junior testers. But now based on our marketing strategies, we have to admit students for IT related education at undergraduation and post-graduation level. And they will be coming out after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, as per the new NEP policy, 2020 policy. All our undergraduations are going to be 4 years. So after 4 years, so this year, if we admit a student, he or she will be graduated after 4 years. And by that time, what would be the predicted scenario in IT related jobs in IT industry? So this is very important. So once if the artificial intelligence technology grows and as per certain latest assumption, expectation, by 2027, we will reach artificial super intelligence also. Then human beings don't need to do any job. Only the robots which are super intelligent than human being will do all the job. So that the humans don't need any job after 3 or 4 years. So in such prediction, how we can go about and how we can advise our students or the prospective students to take this IT related specialization in their higher education.
Yeah, makes good sense. So, Professor Gudasi, what would be your take on this? I mean, Professor Aithal says that AI is going to replace a lot of jobs, which means that so many jobs will get automated. Machines will be able to do. Obviously, it can't do research, but then maybe some routine work is something that people can do. Today, even, sir, as we are talking, in earlier days, we used to have a secretary who used to take minutes of meetings. Today, there are AI tools. If I use them now, it can record the entire meeting, create minutes of meeting, and create action items, allocate and send us emails, automatic, right? It is replacing job roles. In a situation like that, Professor Gudasi, what do you think the institutions can do? What can colleges and universities can do to prepare the students for this future which is coming?
That's a good question. Let me call this as an onslaught. Onslaught by AI and as Professor Aithal is telling, even general AI and super artificial intelligence. If this happens, I'm having my own doubts because nature will take its own course, its own things. If it is going to come, and as I can hear from the technologies, they are very sure that they will bring it, and it will come. If that is the case, naturally we have to be prepared for that. Institutions should see that our students get ready for this onslaught. There is no other goal. We cannot say that no, our students cannot think of this. We have to prepare our students towards this. For that, yeah, of course, as I said in the first opinion itself, we have to upgrade and update. Then naturally there will be a pragmatic shift from the present conventional teaching and even the experimentations into these in the institutions. So we have to be ready. There is no other goal because students of the future generation cannot blame us or should not blame us for not preparing them for the future.
Absolutely.
So there is no other goal.
Absolutely. So, Professor Kala, how are you thinking about it? We have realized that. I was reading a report by one of these US agencies who said that in the next decade, 8 out of 10 jobs that will be available do not exist today. All of these are new jobs, right? Those job roles did not exist today. So, obviously, none of us are thinking about those jobs. Now, how do you prepare students for a job role that you are not sure what it's going to be? How are you as an academician, how is your institutions thinking about it, IT or non-IT, right? Each one of them, the job roles are changing. You are not sure what job roles are these. In that situation, how do you prepare your kids to become ready for the future, which Professor Gudasi is saying?
So it is already in place. This answer is already in place. When computers were coming, right, everybody thought that most of the jobs would be taken by the computers. And most of the jobs, whatever the work is there, it will be done by the computers. And people will be left with no jobs. So that was the situation when I was the student. Yes, computers have come, but this computerization has never taken the jobs away. They have, in the other way, they have added more jobs to the people.
Okay.
If I look into some 20, 30 years back, or even 40 years back, okay, then the thinking was only the chalk and the blackboard, then only the mechanical engineering was at the highest level. Okay. But with this computerization, okay, nothing that great has taken place. Yes, people have got updated. Okay. Now we are ruling the world through computers, maybe through service sector, if not from the higher end or the research point of view. Similarly, the people will get adopted and new roles will come out. Okay, as we have seen with even healthcare also. Previously, we had only few health problems. With the improvisation, yes, the lifespan has increased, but at the same time, the complexity of the healthcare has also increased or enhanced. So the research is there. So if you look at the
I
PhD,
understand what you're saying, sir. So you're alluding to the fact that nature will start balancing as some of these job roles
Yes.
start getting automated. There will be new problems which human beings only will have to take care of. Agree on this one, sir, with you. Maybe there is a point of view there. My question to you, Professor Kala, is that how is your university thinking about it? How are you preparing your students for the future job roles?
Sir, we keen on knowing what the world is going to move. In this way, we have to prepare our syllabus. Every year we have to change our syllabus, and in that way we have to educate them. And more startups can be. We educate the students to prepare for new startups. From these startups, they have to develop into notch companies, top-notch companies. So that way we have to educate our girl students, especially ours is the women university. We have to go in that way only, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I can't agree more with you when you said that a constant upgradation of the curriculum
Yes,
is going to be
yes.
important. Now, my question to you, Professor Aithal. So, my question to you, sir, is that Kala ma'am talked about the constant upgradation of the curriculum. Now, this has been a bone
full
of
stack
contention.
development, mobile application development, and NLP, etc., have future job opportunities. But still, this AI prompt engineering, so it is a common sense. It is not as lucrative as what the people promote. We don't need a super specialization in prompt engineering. See, I am using AI for my research, where I have to use my common sense to make my AI machine to understand my problem. So this is even AI experts are so telling, even this open AI company experts also telling that no need of super specialization in prompt engineering to get the required answers or the human-like reply from AI. So like this, many areas are what it is called double promoted in order to attract students. But after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whether there are jobs is one question. Second one is my solution for this is we have to develop entrepreneurship among the students during their 3 or 4 years college life. In the last year, like internship, we should also provide apprenticeship as well as this called monocorn, multicorn, like online job portals they have to develop. They have to develop their own website where they can provide different types of specializations or different types of skills throughout the world. So you can see one model called monocorn and multicorn. Which is a reverse of unicorn. Unicorn is a online business where the total revenue for a year is more than $1 million, whereas this monocorn is a one student, one graduate's online solution, online business through his own website, and in such cases, no company laws are applicable. So they can do a lot of online jobs, consultations, freelancing, etc., which is an alternative or a duality for employment. So along with employment, they can develop their own business also if they are taught to become entrepreneur in the college life or university life. So like internship where they will be watching some processes in the industries or companies, this entrepreneurship entrepreneurship by selecting or creating their own website and planning some kind of mediatorship or their own freelancing consultancy will give more confidence to them. So you think about promoting such monocorn, multi-corn business in college. Like internship, you have to provide this apprenticeship or what is called, there is a particular word, entrepreneurship to the student.
Thank you so much. This is, I mean, you brought a very important element, sir. You said that students should think about entrepreneurship and institutions should incubate this in entrepreneurship to ensure that our students are not job takers, but they also become job givers. In a situation like that, India will grow much faster and the students will be able to secure their future. Very well said, sir. I would like to just, and you also use two different interesting words, which is internship and apprenticeship. And I would like to ask Professor Gudasi now about his opinion on, because preparing the students for the future, in our opinion, it's not the only responsibility of the academic institution. The employers also have a role to play. Industry has got a role to play and their responsibility. What is, do you think, in what ways can industry collaborate with institutions to improve the employability of the students? Professor Gudasi.
Thank you. You have come to the problem of today because the UGC has come out with for a solution about this. Professor of practice. Okay. So the only requirement for future would be to reduce the gap between industry and the academia. Now what happens is academia is doing its own things. Then the requirements of industry are different. Then what the industries are doing is once the student goes out of the academia, so they start preparing them. They start training them for maybe a year or so. Then the real work starts. But this gap, whatever the training of 1 year is there, it should happen in the academia itself before the student goes out of the institution. If it happens, then naturally the student will go ready-made for that industry, and to make him ready-made or to her ready-made, okay, the industries have to take part in the academia. So that's what I said, the gap between industry and the academia should be reduced, or not only reduced, there should not be any gap. Okay, that is where the professor of practice, this role may be of great importance because all these industry people whomsoever have excelled in their fields, if they start coming down to the academia and start interacting with the students, then definitely, yes, the students will be having a lot more exposure to the requirements of the industry, whether the present industry or the industry which we are envisaging with AI and other things. So industry people will be within that environment. On the other hand, academia will be out of that because at least they'll be behind by some 3-4 years at least. So if we can bridge this gap, yes, the students would be ready for any type of industry, whether it is with AI, without AI, or as Professor Aithal was telling, super AI. So we can prepare them.
Thank you. Thank you. It makes good sense. I think that the future of our students needs to be well thought about and needs to be secured by the joint collaboration of academia and the industry. I agree with you, sir. Professor Aithal, you can take this question. Is now that IT industry has a problem does not mean that the entire engineering profession has a problem. Now, the various initiatives started by the government of India under Make in India program, where they're asking different industries to come and set up manufacturing units in the country.
About incubatorship. Incubatorship is a new model where students are made to identify a new business opportunity and create a website at a very low cost and start a business during their final year, like internship. So if you can add this kind of methodology, better methodology, online as well as offline, you can add many experts in these kind of idea development so that we can make our graduates employable, means entrepreneurable, so that they should not search for employment. So employment will be taken by artificial intelligence based robot, but controlling these employments should be through our graduates. Then using online and blended mode, you can also provide additional skills required for promoting their business throughout the world. So they should be global entrepreneurs instead of working for a small city or a village. So think how you can expand this kind of futuristic business skills through your IT related education model.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. This is really helpful. Dr. Gudasi, would you like to take that question of mine where I wanted to ask that how is the Make in India initiative of Government of India, where they're asking different industries, different foreign investors to come and set up manufacturing units in the country, how is it going to help the emerging engineers to not focus only on the IT industry and look at other industries also?
Definitely, yes, it helps. Because so far India is known for IT industry. And no businessman is ready to invest in other industries. Okay. Maybe they think that they are taking risk. So if this hype or if this misconception is removed, either by allowing the foreign industries or foreign businessmen to invest in India and make the things in India, or by promoting our own industries to get into the other industries other than IT. So in both the cases, it helps our engineers to think out of IT industry. Otherwise, what happens is ultimately the aim of any candidate after completing his or her degree to get into a job. If that is provided, then definitely the other industries can also grow. And to grow the other part of the industry, other than this IT, we have to invest. Let the investment come from our own people or from outside. It should not make much difference.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's really helpful. Another question that I had, which says that today's employers expect both hard skills and soft skills from the candidates. How are educational institutions today in India preparing the students with the soft skills that are required to get into the job market? I will ask that question to Professor Gudasi in that case, saying that, sir, in your opinion, how are institutions preparing the students with the soft skills that employers are expecting today?
Yeah, with the present academia, that means even without the interaction or the intervention of the industries, soft skills can be thought of and can be arranged by the present academia. When it comes to hard skills, yeah, we need to have industry collaboration because we need to send the students on site. Okay. That is why I said, so soft skills, yes, the academia can arrange by itself, but hard skills, we have to send the students to spot for the industries itself, for the on-site interaction. So put together, we can achieve the grade. So that is why I want to reduce this gap between industry and the academy.
I understand that one, sir. Thank you so much for your insights on this. My question now, I'd like to switch my question to Dr. Kala. So my question to you, ma'am, is that in the changing world of expectations, when the employers are expecting so much new things now, how are institutions preparing their faculty to take care of the students now? I mean, faculty will also require upgradation of their knowledge, of their understanding, their skills and experience. What type of investments are colleges and universities like yours making in that area of faculty development?
Sir, every semester we have to give FDP programs and also the orientation courses, refresher courses. Repeatedly we are giving this in online. And also compulsory they have to write MOOCs exam or SWAYAM exams like this. That is also mandatory for the staff members. Then only we have to upgrade our staff members. Then there is a gap between the job seekers and also the job providers. So this gap can also be by the enlightenment of the staff members. So we repeatedly bring the industry persons also to give a training to the staff also, not only students, staff also. There is a link between the industries and the staff members also. Then there is a think tank is also necessary for every university. This think tank can also be provided more of exposures to the staff members. This only our ideas, sir.
Thank you so much. And this is useful. You're talking about how you're providing new exposure to the faculty members. My question to you, Professor Aithal, is that I've heard that in Ireland, the faculty members are sent to work in the industry as interns 2 months every year. Every
Yes.
2 months, you have to go and spend in the industry so that you know what is going on. And that helps the faculty members to teach better. Is any one of the Indian universities or colleges doing anything in that area, or you think that's not important for the country? Professor Aithal.
See, when you see the generation gap, tech generation gap, so teachers are belonging to either generation X or Y, and the students are belonging to generation Z now currently. And in the near future, we are going to get artificial intelligence generation or generation alpha. So our faculty members are learning along with our students. And sometimes our students are able to learn faster, especially technology-based skills than our faculty members. So this is a challenge. As Madam said, our faculty members are going for FDP. They are taking FDP, 1 week FDP, as well as 1 month or 2 months Swayam training program in their course specialization. So even though faculty members should have internal interest, motivation, commitment, inspiration to upgrade themselves. So this is possible only if there is a challenge for their job. So in private institutions, they have to update and upgrade. On the other hand, in government institutions, there is no need of upgrading until they get retirement. So these are the challenges. So unless the faculty members improve and they have interest to upgrade themselves in technology-based education, the quality of education will not be attractive, and students are not ready to come to the college. They prefer online education, where the EdTech service providers can provide better education using videos. And nowadays, students can have virtual reality based teachers and customized classes for their interested areas, so that these technologies are going to change the scenario of higher education. And if the faculty members are not improve themselves up to the requirement, they will become obsolete and they won't get students. So such colleges will not get the students and they will die eventually. So either do or die is the future of higher education.
Sir,
so this is my feeling.
Sir, this is explosive, and I want to come back to Professor Gudasi now, taking cues from what Professor Aithal is saying. Gudasi sir, Professor Aithal says that institutions who do not wake up to this new reality will become obsolete very soon. They will become chapters in Indian history. He also
now I am
said
able
that,
to hear also, so you can proceed.
Thank you so much. And Professor Aithal also said that today students do not want one-way communication of information from the teacher to the student. Teachers are also learning along with the student, which means that education is becoming more collaborative than just passing on information. In today's world, just passing on information doesn't have any value because Google knows everything. I can Google for any information and there's no value to that. Education is becoming more collaborative in the classroom. In a situation like that, Professor Gudasi, in your opinion, do you think the role of the teacher inside the classroom is changing now? It is just not reading out a lecture, but doing something else. What is your opinion, Professor Gudasi? And I have the same question after this to Professor Kala and also to Professor Aithal. Is the role of the teacher changing in the new world of education? Professor Gudasi, with you.
Definitely yes, because classrooms are different now. And if you look at, or if you imagine classroom down 5 years, the same classrooms will not be there. Okay. Then second is role of teacher. Of course, role of teacher is at the crossroad now. If they don't update, it will be very, very difficult for them to interact with the students. Let me put interact, not the one-way lecturing. Okay. Because if they have to interact, the first thing is they themselves have to learn. And the speed of understanding between the student and the teacher, as Professor Aithal said, is different. Students can pick the things at a very faster rate than the teachers themselves. So the teacher have to change. The teacher have to get updated. Otherwise, it won't be possible for them to attract the students into their classes. Now, down the lane, maybe down the 5 years or 10 years, the concept of this permanent teacher will not be there. So whatever that stability, of course, with respect to chemistry, stability means idle. Okay, I'm putting that word stability in this respect. The stability with respect to teachers, particularly with respect to their content, will not help now. All the time they have to be unstable. They have to have that quest for additional knowledge, which they can transform to the students. Because with this Google University, it is very difficult to go ahead of Google.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
the only thing is they have to go with the Google. At the same time, more importantly, they have to put the students into such an ecosystem that along with this understanding of the subject, the ethics, creativity, and particularly creativity is to be maintained and enhanced.
Very nice.
Otherwise, students will not choose that particular teacher.
Very nice.
Okay. So the person who can enhance the creativity of the students, not by one-way lecturing,
Yeah.
will be welcomed by the students.
Thank
For
you so
that,
much, sir. I really appreciate. You said two things. Teachers will now have to ensure creativity inside classroom. Very importantly said, which means that students will have to be curious inside classrooms, and then the Google University can teach basic stuff, but creativity and other cognitive skills are going to be important. Professor Kala, what do you think? How is the role of the teacher inside classroom changing? After that, Professor Aithal, I ask the same question to you. Professor Kala.
Yes, sir. I think teachers are also must, even though many machines are AI, everything is coming, but the teachers are must because the ethical values are only taught by the teachers only. They are the role models also. So it is, we are not inevitable, the teacher's role. But at the same time, we have to make the teachers, how it is by the motivation and also by the more and more of discussion, industries and also the students and the teachers. So at that time, the teachers are knowledgeable. They make them to knowledgeable because in the discussion hours, the staff didn't know the answer. They are all ashamed of that. So more of discussion classes are necessary for the teachers, students, between the industries also. That is more essential for the world. And the infrastructure is also essential, and the monitoring agency is also necessary for monitoring the staff members quality and also their knowledge. Everything can be checked every year. It is also a very most important thing also.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. You so much well said that teachers are inevitable. They're role models, and they must facilitate learning inside the classroom through discussion. But above all, they have to instill the value system in the student, which only a teacher can do. Extremely well said. Can't agree more. Professor Aithal, what do you think? How is the role of the teacher changing in the classrooms of tomorrow?
Yes, see, when you want to create a better value system, there are a lot of challenges. See, what are the values? What are the ethics? As Madam said, this ethics is also changing based on the human generation. See, when you are reading or collecting information from 2 or 3 books, if it is ethical, then why not you take the global information through ChatGPT? Why it is not ethical? See, ChatGPT provides you the global information from all the corner of the world, customized information for your query. Whereas you are collecting the information from one or two books, which will not give you the global information. So ethics is also redefined periodically based on changes in technology. So the future generations, as per their comfortability, they modify the requirement and they will also modify the ethics. So ethics is not a standard accepted by everyone. It is variable at a different region, religion, and at education, different education level. What we should do is we should customize the education for every student, what they need. So we should be able to provide, like how ChatGPT provides you customized information. So our higher education system should provide customized education to the student. For example, in our MBA program, we made some innovations. In the first semester, every student should do 2 industry analyses independently in a small team of 2 members. In the second semester, every student should do 2 company analyses by identifying 2 companies from Fortune 500 companies list. So that means they cannot copy from others, though they get or collect information from AI-based GPTs, but their assignment is different compared to others. Similarly, in third semester, they have to do 2 CEO analysis, leadership analysis, management analysis, strategic financial acumen abilities analysis. So like this, you should make the education customized and you should see that the students are engaged and spending their time for improving the ideas and as well as their skills. So they should show interest based on giving customized assignments and works. So engaging students in higher education is a big challenge in the era of ChatGPT or any other AI GPTs. But if you can give customized assignments, customized work, then they will focus and they always tries to present better compared to others. So there is a comparative competition between the students within the class. So in first semester, company industry analysis, customized. Second semester, company analysis. Third semester, CEO analysis. Fourth semester, business plan analysis. They should create a business plan and they have to present and they have to implement that business plan as their own business by creating their own website at 500 rupees cost. So like this, we should see that the students are engaged, but they are trying to develop their own business or their own idea, their own concepts by showing interest, so that copying from others. See, otherwise, if you give one topic for assignment, one person will do that assignment using ChatGPT and others will simply copy. He will forward it to everyone using a WhatsApp message, WhatsApp group. So to avoid that, customized assignment and engaging the student by means of smart teachers is very essential.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can't agree more, sir. Personalization is the key. Engagement of students have to go up and student must see value. I completely agree with all your views, sir, and very interesting discussion today. Lots of new ideas that came up table. I am at least going back much more empowered than what I used to be before this meeting. Thank you so much. Interest of time, I'll have to close this meeting now, but I love the discussion with all of you, sirs and ma'am. Thank you so much for joining me on the discussion today. Thank you so much. Thank you.